Now they got black fatigue. We got to talk about black fatigue, y'all. Some of you all are probably wondering what black fatigue is. Well, according to the Urban Dictionary, it's this thing where white people, tethers, and raccoons are tired of dealing with or being forced with black people and their actions 24/7. Describes deep mental exhaustion from being forced to care about black people and their actions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who's forcing these people to focus on what black people are doing? Why do they feel they're being forced? Why do they find the need to can always examine what's going on in Black America? Why? I could tell you why, because we are the salt of the earth. They can't help but to pay attention to what's going on with our people. They can't look away. And I'm not saying that we don't have issues. And I'm not saying that we've somewhat become a spectacle because of the things that we do within our nation. But what I want you brothers and sisters to understand is this is a dehumanization tactic. This right here, black fatigue, is a dehumanization tactic. They're coming together with a general consensus, and that is that they're all tired of black people. So we become the issue. We become the problem. And what do you do with a problem? You get rid of it. So if you wonder why this narrative is spreading all over social media, it's because they are ready to engage, quote unquote, black people, which are really God's people. And what they're doing right now is they're using certain tactics to dehumanize us. They're showing us nothing but the worst of our people. And they're spreading them all through social media so you can believe that every black person is a savage. Now, I want to share my commentary with you all regarding this. I definitely got to share my commentary regarding this. I'm going to Twitter. Make sure y'all follow me on X at Nubreed Global Truth. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty, man, because this black fatigue thing is all over social media. And I want you all to kind of get a understanding on what people are talking about.
Back. More buzzwords to justify it. The newest one is black fatigue. For that, it was DEI. You understand there's never anything good enough for these races, right? Let's explain what black fatigue actually is. Black fatigue is actually a book on how racism erodes the mind, body, and spirit and explores systemic racism and its effect on black people.
Exactly. The book was written by Mary Frances Winters. And, you know, you got these people who have put this in reverse, right?
Racists aren't even smart enough to know the definitions of the words they're using, such as DEI. Why are we giving them any attention? And why are they increasing in number? Most people that are racist have zero black friends, have never interacted with a black person in their life, but they're somehow racist still because they're chronically online. You chronically online people need to get a life. Yeah, you're chronically online. No wonder you're so scared and angry at everything all the time, and you're looking for an outlet. And for some reason, that expression comes to making up some new crazy buzzword to be obsessed with a group of people that have no idea who you are and have never thought about you, but your entire thought process is on them. We're actually talking about race in 2025 and justifying 5-year-olds getting called slurs with autism. What? And I go outside in real life and none of y'all are outside. They're chronically online. But go ahead, keep dropping your videos. We're gonna find out who you are. We will. We're gonna find out who you are. Please make more videos. Honestly, I'm convinced a lot of racist people just got rejected by a black person or felt rejected, and this is like their life. Why?
And that's exactly what's happening right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the tethers are using this black fatigue more than you see white people using it. And it's only because tethers have to be used to say the things that white people can't say. They're being used to say the things that white people want to say. So the tethers will jump in there and they will claim that they're getting black fatigue, right? And
people, but it's two specific
there we
types
go.
of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know.
Well, you clearly, zesty. Everybody wants to be accepted, but they don't want black people to be accepted. Now, I'm going to put it like this, right? We have problems in our community. I'm not saying that we don't. But if people don't want to be bothered with black people, stay away from black people. Live your life. Why does it always have to be commentary on our people in a negative way? And we've all fell victim to this at some point, even myself. But at the end of the day, if a race war was to pop out, I'm talking about a real race war that's physical, global, international, I'm taking the side of my people. And people like this right here ain't gonna fight. Look, listen, people like this are not going to defend the fort and hold it down.
Ghetto and ratchet and violent and mean and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know, when you see them in public.
He's not going to help us out in a war, so I don't care what these people think. A lot of the tethers, really, they don't have a leg to stand on. And they have a lot of hatred towards their own people, or at least they look like us, but they're not really us. And I'm speaking of these tethers.
You know, when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS, everybody knows it and they want to avoid it. The second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act. When it comes to anything black. These are the most privileged black people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much.
Listen, let me explain this to you. What's happening right now is people are using black people as an scapegoat. People act as if our people are the most violent, evil, wicked people in the world. And that's just not the case. Our people haven't dropped bombs on churches and schools. Our people haven't put people in captivity. Our people haven't enslaved people. Our people haven't put people in captivity.
Money, and yet they are still.
But we are the scapegoat. And they take their own personal situations, their own personal opinions, and what they may be going through in life. And they apply it to all black people. And this is what you see going on social media all the time.
perpetual victims all the time, and all they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people that they don't know what to do. So yeah, black fatigue is real. And
so these are the type of characters that got black fatigue. This guy right here, he's experiencing a lot of black fatigue, right? And, I noticed there's a certain kind of people who have black fatigue. But what if I get on here and say I got LGBTQ plus fatigue? How would that bode? How would y'all feel about that? What if I said I was tired of y'all having a month, the month of June, to parade all over the damn streets, all flamboyant and whatnot? What if I was to tell you that I'm tired of seeing it? Grown men running around with wigs on. No, I just mind my business. I don't go to the gay parades. So, I'm not going to sit up here and talk about how I'm tired of y'all. The only issues I had was when y'all were trying to bring things into our schools and get at our children. Now, of course, I'm going to speak on that because our children are at hand. What if I said I got tether fatigue? Would that bode well? Let's go.
And I got it. Black fatigue.
Black fatigue. Listen, there is more, y'all. There is more. Let's go.
There's an interesting phrase going around these days. It's called black fatigue. When I heard that shit, I started laughing because I've been had black fatigue. Well, nigga fatigue. I love black people. See, it's a difference between niggas and black people. You understand? And what it should be called is nigga fatigue. Because even black people have nigga fatigue. You understand? The ghetto ratchet bullshit. All the ignorant stuff that these people stand for. All the ignorant stuff that these people defend. All the weird shit that these people say. All the victimization and acceptance of the bigotry of low expectations and all the Stockholm syndrome and all that shit like that, all the random acts of violence that.
I wonder when our people gonna get tired of oppression. When are we gonna get some oppression fatigue going? Because if we spent half the time getting ourselves out the hole we in, getting on some land, planting some crops, not relying on our oppressors, if we spend half the time doing that, than complaining about people that we shouldn't even be around or be dealing with in the first place, I think we would have made it already. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? If we would have spent half of the time digging ourselves out of our situation we in, we'll be in a lot better position. Does that sound like an astute observation? Because one thing about it, every nation of people have nots. Every nation of people have people that are non-desirable. It's just that in America, our people get highlighted. The people who are not productive members of society are the ones who are put on TV. And if you're not one of those people, you shouldn't be around them anyway. That's my point exactly. Every nation of people have undesirable people. But what we need to be doing is fighting for our image. That's what it really boils down to. Our image is being ran through the mud. And this is why when I see another brother that has any prominence, a brother who, has a large following wearing a dress, I speak on it. Because I need to let the public know that that's not acceptable. When I see a black man acting a certain way, I tend to hold that person accountable for it, especially when they have a position of leadership and power. Why? Because I want higher standards for my people. But I'm not going to sit here and focus all my attention on N words, right? If we want to make that separation between N's and black people, I'm not going to spend all my attention on quote unquote N's if I'm building something. If I'm working towards something with people that I know are my people and they are productive. I think that a lot of the times our people want to shift the blame.
People want to ignore because it's black on black, which they also want to ignore and just say it's proximity crime, but no, it's black on black crime.
And yes, Real 80s said it. The media rewards what they say they are fatigued of: music, movies, social media. Meanwhile, the majority of our people are hardly online. That's a fact. The fact is, a lot of our men are family men. A lot of our men are hardworking citizens. A lot of our men aren't out here wilding out, but guess what? The media rewards that. The media rewards us being thugs. That's why the battle is against the battle is against our image. The media got you believing the worst about your people. That's who's doing it. Satan himself is doing it. Because the Bible says Satan would be the prince of the airwaves. And that's exactly what he is. Satan got you fatigued from your own people. Because a lot of y'all are hardwired to watching videos all day, World Star Hip Hop, TMZ, Shade Room, where your people are shown in the most dysfunctional ways possible. And you inundate and you brainwash yourself with that. And you believe the perpetual stereotypes that have been put in your mind. And you let Satan win. Because then you start hating yourself. Then the self-hatred kicks in. And then you get online and talk about how much you're fatigued of black people. When a lot of the times, you brothers and sisters are promoting the nonsense. You love your drug dealer movies. You love it. You love what the media has promoted about us. If not, you would ignore it. You would ignore it. And you will be building and getting yourself out of the situations and conditions that we are in. You will be focused on nation building. You will be focusing on uniting with black people that you know are prosperous. Black people you know are productive. Black people you know want something good for their people. You would just be spending your time doing that. But you need something to pick apart. Let's go.
It's an epidemic.
Hold on, let's rewind this.
You understand? The ghetto ratchet bullshit, all the ignorant stuff that these people stand for, all the ignorant stuff that these people defend, all the weird shit that these people say, all the victimization and acceptance of the bigotry of low expectations and all the Stockholm syndrome and all that shit like that, all the random acts of violence that people want to ignore because it's black on black, which they also want to ignore and just say it's proximity crime, but no, it's black on black crime. It's an epidemic.
And yes, it is proximity crime. White people, they do crimes against white people. Asians do crimes against Asian people. You don't hear white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime. People do crime where they typically live. And based on the conditions that Black America has been put in, they have disadvantages. This has been systematic. Instead of feeling for your people and wanting better for your people and wanting your people to wake up, you blame your people. Now, everybody has to carry their own cross and carry their own weight, but a lot of these people never point to the actual oppressors. That's the issue I have. They never point out the actual oppression that our people have faced and why we're this way. Do you think any of those thugs that's on the streets right here in this photo are going to hear this OG, supposed to be an elder? Do you think they're going to come off the streets and hear anything he's saying and this is the way he's talking? No. No. A lot of the reasons why you see these youngins in the streets thugging drugging, slugging, doing what it is they do is because they don't have their identity. They're having an identity crisis. And all of the old cats who's supposed to be leaders, all they do is look down on the young cats. All they do is hate and gatekeep and talk a certain way. They're not trying to hear none of that. You're not bringing them no leadership and no guidance. Why would they want to be leaving the streets to deal with an old, bitter Negro who hate his own people? No, doesn't work like that. If you truly cared about your people, you can speak to them in a way where you can reach them. But y'all not concerned with reaching them. You concerned about being rewarded like Charleston White or Jason Whitlock. You want to go ahead and learn. Listen, you want to get notified for shitting on your own people. And so you can be on some podcast or something. That's what y'all on. Y'all want to sell y'all souls. Let me see. Somebody says, yeah, don't give them no real game to get to some real money. Don't give them no knowledge. Don't give them no insight, but just talk down on them. And you wonder why they in the streets. I mean, these young cats these days, who do they turn to when all the so-called OGs talking like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't worth nothing. And you wonder why they wilding. Each OG and elder have to make a difference.
Black fatigue is some real shit.
And all of these guys who hollering black fatigue, all of these black men hollering black fatigue seem to be a little bit zesty. What's up with that? Like I said, y'all would be upset if I talk about I got LGBTQ plus fatigue. It's wild out here, man. I'm telling you.
Black Lives Matter insurrection.
Now, I want you to hear a white man talk about this. Now, this guy right here.
There's a certain term when viral.
Hold on. Now, this guy right here is an absolute nut job. This guy right here, he spews so much.
Viral. Man, probably first heard about it.
He spreads so much anti-black rhetoric out of his mouth. I don't even know why he haven't been deplatformed. But on second thought,
you probably first heard here. Right. I didn't coin it, but
my bad. It keeps playing by itself. But on second thought, you know, white America wants to hear.
Here, I didn't coin it. Did my best.
White America wants to hear this, and so does Black America. Hold on, let's just. Fatigue, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let's
my best to popularize it. Black fatigue, the deep mental exhaustion from being forced.
Let's mute that for a moment. My bad. But what seems to be happening is everybody want to hear black people get talked about in the most negative ways possible. That's what's happening right now. So people like Mark Dice have a huge platform where he says the most slick, sinister, diabolical, insidious things out of his mouth about black folks. And he does it all day. And he has all these views. And it's sort of like this. I don't really blame them for what they're doing a lot of the times, because guess what? As black people, we have become a spectacle, and we air everything out online of how we feel about our people. Some things need to be kept offline, right? And so they're looking at it like, yeah, let me chime in. I see all these black people beating the hell out of each other. Hey, let me go ahead and get a punch in. Let me go ahead, and I see they hate it too. Black people got an issue with black people. So let me join in. It's sort of like when you have a sibling and your parents tell you, look, y'all, tell y'all like this. Y'all can argue and fuss in here, but don't go out there in the streets and be arguing in front of the people, because they're gonna think it's okay to do it to you. How many of y'all heard that from the elders? How many of y'all heard y'all moms or pops say that to you? Look, y'all might argue up in here, but don't do it around nobody else, because then they're going to think it's cool. And that's what's happening to us. And then you have these people like Mark Dice that come out, have these huge platforms, just talking cash money shit about black people in the worst ways possible, and breaks down how he's exhausted. It says describes deep mental exhaustion. We didn't tell y'all to keep paying attention to us. Y'all can't help it because we fly like that. You can't help it because you just gotta pay attention to us. You gotta watch our stuff. You gotta listen to our music. You gotta hear what we got going on. Talking about they're exhausted for being forced to care. Nobody's making you care about what we doing. You're watching us. And then you duplicate us. And of course, I'm talking to all the bigots and racists who are hypocrites. All the white folks that's cool, shout out to y'all. I rock with y'all, y'all rock with me. But I'm talking about these bigots. I'm talking about these racists, those who exploit our people for financial gain. Let's go. Listen to Mark Dice as he goes on one of his tangents. Like, peep this.
Deep mental exhaustion from being forced to care about black people and their actions 24/7.
Now, what y'all about to see is some unadulterated ratchetness. All right, let's go. Look, I'm just warning y'all. Y'all gonna see some ratchetness. They're gonna show some of the worst of the worst because that's what they do. You know, I believe that there's a campaign out there to make sure that the worst of the worst are put on camera and shown. That's what World Star Hip Hop was created for. And I'm pretty sure that they had it on a dark web, so all of the racists can watch it and laugh at our plight. I'm pretty sure that it's been around for a while, where there's a place for this. They love it. The tethers love it. They love these sites where black people look the worst, right? But here we go.
And it's going viral, but not by the people who you would expect to be talking about it. Many white people have been experiencing it for, well, decades. Others for the last 5 years.
Wait, hold up. What? Many white people been experiencing black fatigue for decades? So they're telling you the truth. They're tired of you. They're tired of you black folks. Now, they're going to dehumanize you before they engage you.
From being forced to care about black people and their actions 24/7. And it's going viral, but not by the people who you would expect to be talking about it. Many white people have been experiencing it for, well, decades. Others for the last 5 years or so, since the 2020 Black Lives Matter insurrection.
They always using a Black Lives Matter insurrection as a talking point when we know that was government funded. We know that came from George Soros. We know that BLM was founded by lesbian Marxists that worked for the secret society. And a lot of the people that were out there burning stores and looting, they wasn't even black people. They were Antifa. They were people under mask. We don't know who they were. But they made sure to capture black people running in getting Jordans. They made sure to catch black people running in stores getting designer wear, when the major infrastructure damage was done by Antifa. But see, it's a whole goal to dehumanize black people. Let's go.
But many black people are also experiencing it because, well, tell us, Chris Rock.
Everything white people don't like about black people really don't like about black people.
Obviously, he's talking about a subset of the black community, but you're not supposed to use certain terminology to describe that kind of behavior. But many in the black community are also experiencing black fatigue because of them.
There's an interesting phrase going around these days. It's called black fatigue. When I heard that shit, I started laughing because I've been had black fatigue. The ghetto ratchet bull, all the random acts of violence. Black fatigue is some real shit. Especially with the Carmelo Anthony thing. That was some degenerate.
This guy don't speak for all black people. And now he's disrespecting Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony did nothing but defend himself. Carmelo Anthony was a straight A student. Worked 2 jobs. Head of the football team, lead of the track team. He just didn't bow to white superiority when Austin Metcalf could have went and got an adult if Carmelo needed to be moved from one tent to the next. Austin Metcalf thought he had some authority over Carmelo, and they were peers. He didn't have authority over Carmelo in that situation. But you're going to have a lot of black folks who choose sides because they want a pat on the back from white people. And this man probably feels good that he got Mark Dice sharing his material. No, listen, most of the white people who hate black people, they use you tethers to say what they can't say. So they'll just use your words. They've been felt this way about you.
Because of them.
There's an interesting phrase going around these days. It's called black fatigue. When I heard that shit, I started laughing because I've been had black fatigue. The ghetto ratchet bull, all the random acts of violence. Black fatigue is some real shit, especially with the Carmelo Anthony thing. That was some degenerate punk bull. I have black fatigue too, and so do the rest of the black people. And what it should be called is nigga fatigue.
I think we're all the same.
Look, he loves it. He loves hearing this man call it, saying the N-word. He loves it.
Same page, sir, and stay tuned because there's plenty more to come in this video. But real quick, subscribe to my channel for new here because, well, obviously, you're not going to get authenticity from any other YouTube channel like this. If you say,
I want to make it very clear to you, brothers and sisters, they're not going to differentiate ends and black people in the heat of war. They're not going to differentiate. You're going to be all N-words when it's time for them to engage. When it's time for them to really put us down. Because they've dehumanized us to the point of no return, then you can destroy those people. They're not going to care nothing about who we consider to be N-words and who we consider to be black people. They're going to look at all y'all the same. I think Tupac said it in a speech. He said, I don't care who you think you are, a doctor, a lawyer, an African-American. I don't care who you are. They see us as ends. And that's the truth. And Mark Dice knows that. So he's going to capitalize off of quote unquote black people talking about their own. You don't hear, let me ask y'all this. Do you hear any white people talking about how much they hate trailer park trash? Find me some videos of white people online saying, we just hate Jimbo up in the trailer parks. He makes us good white Americans look horrible. We just hate those trailer park living white trash. We're tired of them. We don't hear that, no, because they understand that makes their people look bad. Black people, my complaint is you got to get some damn decorum about yourself and stop trying to get a pat on the back from your white masters. Stop it.
search TikTok for black fatigue.
Oh, I know I got people mad about this one. I get it.
Find a lot of black people expressing that they too are experiencing
Hey.
it, and we'll go through some of these. I'm assuming that some of them are very upset at the term and are gonna just blame white people for that too. But listen to these people.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue.
So there's this term that's going around called black fatigue. And what black fatigue is, you are tired of certain black behaviors in the black community that needs to be addressed. It is literally making you tired at this point. When it comes to...
I mean, how is it making you tired? You need to mind your damn business. I mean, you can go a long way if you just mind your business. If you sit around and you just looking at black ratchetness all day, you should be tired of that. Somebody said you must be a Democrat. Nope, wrong again. I don't get involved with politics. Democrat, Republican, same damn thing. I'm somebody who has common sense and logic and can think for myself. They give you two sides to choose from. That's how they're able to control you. That's for small-minded individuals. I go right down the middle. So I'm guessing that you're new to my platform. See, they have politicized race. Me, I'm just about my people. Let's go.
Black on black crime, upholding things that are not right in the black community, like baby mama culture and the rap culture that we have now, gang violence, all of these things that are horrible for the black community.
Just listening to a video. This is Dr. T. Just listen to a video of a guy expressing the true sentiments of white people. White people are tired of this shit. White people are tired of hearing racism, oppression. Oh God, they're racist against me. White people are tired of hearing black people's excuses of why.
Well, because white people don't want to know the dirty, ugly, demonic things that they done. Why would they want to hear about it? They don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about the history. And that's why the Republican office is in line to remove a lot of history from the textbooks. Instead of saying slavery, they call it indentured servitude. They don't want to hear that, you know, you owe black people, which are the children of Israel that the Bible speak of. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that God is going to judge them for their satanic practices against black people. They don't want to hear that. I don't need to play the victim. You know why? Because I got next anyway. Y'all refuse to do what you're supposed to do. So look, listen, all I could do is warn you. I'm warning all the nations that God Almighty is going to destroy those who are talking this evil against our people. It's going to destroy them. And you know why? Because we really the children of the Most High. Everybody who has formulated these smear campaigns, everyone who is pushing these media proxies to destroy our people, World Star Hip Hop, Shade Room, all these demonic algorithms that they use to make our people look like the worst people in the world, y'all going to be judged for that. Y'all not doing nothing new. Y'all was doing this back when y'all was having the Mammies, the Sapphires. When y'all was doing black exploitation, the Sambos. Y'all were doing this. Y'all been dehumanizing our people. Yeah, y'all been dehumanizing our people. We're not trying to hear none of that. Let me see. Somebody says, why aren't you mad about your own people that enslave black people? What the hell are you talking about, Jason? My own people didn't enslave my own people. If you're talking about Africans enslaving our people, those are Hamites. I'm from Shem. My people are Shemitic. We the children of Israel, the Bible speak of. And we've been put in captivity from ancient Assyria, ancient Rome, ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt. Yeah, we're those people. We're the people that God split the Red Sea for. So I don't know who you talking about. Like, who exactly are you talking about? You're speaking to somebody who have knowledge of self. Yeah, we the real Jews. I don't know what the hell you talking about. And World Star Hip Hop, all these platforms, even the platform we on right now, a lot of these platforms are used to dehumanize black people. They'll find the worst of our people and they reward them. Why you think Charleston White is so popular? Because he put on a Confederate flag and he screamed how much he hate black people. Now he's one of the most popular guys out there. That's what they reward. They can use those people.
Why they can't graduate high school, why they can't raise their kids, black kids running all over the city, running all over the city, no parent.
Well, the black kids are running all over the city because there's nothing to do. There's no activities. They're running all over the city because they took away all of the children's what are those things called that they used to have. It's crazy because I done forgot what they are. You know, when the kids can have like different activities, those buildings that they used to have, y'all know what I'm talking about. The centers, the boxing centers, the gym rec centers, the recs, the recreations. Where all those at? I done forgot what a recreation center is. That's how much they've been gone. The community centers, where those at? What the hell else they gonna do? I mean, y'all act like there's not any conditioning going on. Or the fact that they kill all our leadership. Yeah, ain't no more YMCA, Boys and Girls Clubs, none of it. Y'all think they're problematic because you're scared of them. Y'all see these young men outside just chilling. They don't have nowhere else to be. And y'all afraid of them because y'all cowards. Because black men let off a certain energy. And you're afraid. You're fatigued. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all. A lot of these tethers, yeah, they scared of alpha males. A lot of these tethers, a lot of these white folks, you know why they exhausted? They're exhausted because everywhere they go, when they vacation, when they go to the Bahamas, the islands, Cuba, DR, no matter where they go, they see us. And we was never supposed to make it through our captivity. Now, everywhere they go, they got to see us. So they tired of us. They're tired of us. That's how the average white person who not in truth thinks. Everywhere they go, they tired of seeing us. So now they exhausted.
It's no parents. I know why, because the parents let them do this. I've worked with black parents for decades. They won't work with you. They won't cooperate. Their lives are going down the tubes, and I can't get black parents to do anything, especially black mothers.
Black fatigue. A lot of y'all are going to get mad at me, but when are you not? What is black fatigue? People are tired of your people are tired of the black community. It is what it is. Even black people are.
He even dressed like a raccoon. This Bama even dressed like a raccoon, y'all. Yeah, he got the raccoon fur and everything on. Everybody trying to go viral off of talking about black people. Like, sit your ass down somewhere. Like, what are we even talking about? Damn bastards.
You damn satanic ass shits. Ah.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Hold up, I went to the wrong one. And look, you got this Jason Whitlock. He got black fatigue. And this is the author right here who wrote the book on black fatigue. Look at this woman right here. This can be one of our aunts, and y'all sit up here and destroyed the legacy of her book. Shame on y'all. And none of you brothers are defending this woman's honor. Y'all gonna take what this woman wrote about our captivity and how we're tired from our captivity and let these white folks, y'all let these white folks and you let these tethers tarnish this woman's work. Y'all let these people tarnish this woman's work. Y'all didn't defend this woman and her work. She put in history for y'all. So that's why I say they trying to destroy the history books. Y'all ain't got no love for y'all people, bro. Y'all just let these people run with that. Let's go back to the raccoon dressed Negro here.
Are tired of the black community. That should tell you something. But they just call us derogatory names just like they call white folks. People are tired of seeing the same over and over again. And if they say anything about it, it's racist. If they want something done about it, it's racist. If they want justice for a crime that was committed by the black community, racist. Like I said, you don't have to be white to experience this. Asian people, Hispanic people, white people, even black people experience black fatigue. Simply being tired of that.
Just in case nobody told you, let me tell you. This thing called black fatigue is real. Now, what is black fatigue? Just in case you were not aware. Black fatigue occurs when people, including black people.
And listen, I can safely say, I don't have white fatigue. I don't have black fatigue. I don't have Latin fatigue. I don't have fatigue over no race of people. You know why? Because we're supposed to be all the Most High's people. And every nation of people have degenerates. But the reason why they feel they're fatigued of us is because our shortcomings get polarized. And instead of you black folks race trading and speaking against us, y'all should deal with some things in-house. Just like this person says, they have Nubreed fatigue, but they sitting here watching me. That's the insanity of these people. That's what I'm talking about. That's insane. People who hate, let me tell you something, y'all. People who hate you be watching you the most. Isn't that insane? It goes back to the definition. It goes back to the definition of it. They feel like they're being forced. No, I'm not forcing you to watch what I'm talking about. But the reason you're watching it is because it must be some truth to what I'm saying. Yeah, they definitely in the chat keeping an eye on us. I just went live about an hour ago. Had a lot of people watching. All of a sudden, half of my chat is nothing but racists calling me monkeys and N-words and saying all kind of racist slurs. But they sat up there and watched the whole stream. Why? Because they enjoy watching what they hate. I'm going to tell y'all right now, they studying us. Yeah, I got demon fatigue. I got gang stalker and monitoring spirit fatigue. I got contention creator fatigue. Not content creators, but contention creators. I got fatigue for people who want to keep on shifting the blame on their own people instead of getting their ass up and networking with the people who are actually doing good. I got oppression fatigue. That's right, Kelly. Kelly, I feel the same way. I don't hate no one. I love all people too. And see, I respect white people who understand that as a black man, that is my job to defend and speak up for my people. It's my job to speak my truth, so to speak, or speak the truth to power, to make sure my people deal with things correctly.
Get sick and tired of black people who always want to play the victim, always want to complain, always want to act a fool, don't want to be held accountable for anything. We just sick of it.
These videos just go on and on and on.
But he loves it. Mark Dice loves it. And look, it's mostly our people. Of course, you got some white people in there too, talking about how they tired of black people. right? But it's more black people doing it. You know why? Because tethers are used. They will push them in the algorithm because they're saying what white people can't say. And white people who really hate black people love it. You can see the pure joy. Look at the pure joy in his face. He really loves the fact that all y'all are talking about how much you don't like your own people, because they're not going to differentiate N-words in black people. And y'all don't think it's a race war going on. Yeah, look at him. He loves it. He's like, look, they hate it. They're making my job so easy. It's crazy.
If you search for black fatigue, most of them black people talking about how they're experiencing black fatigue. Others made from black people complaining about the term and still just obviously are, well, part of the problem. But
So basically he's saying I'm part of the problem. If I'm part of the problem, are you saying you're the solution? Are you going to do something for my people? The people who agree with you. Are you going to help them? Are you going to set them free? Or are you just capitalizing off the fact that you have black on black internal fighting? Are you just being a colonizer you are? Now, for the guy Jason said, do it yourself. That's what I want my people to do. This really ain't none of your business, Jason. I think you in the wrong room. And typically I don't do this on a vertical, but I'm gonna do you a favor. Get your ass out of here. So we're gonna get Jason out of here. He had one too many comments. just one too many, right? I had to put him out of his misery because he obviously don't want to be over here, but he can't stop watching.
My new favorite black content creator is this woman, Carmen JC, who
This is his new favorite content creator because why? She going in on black folks.
could be the next Candace Owens. Well, I guess as long as she doesn't criticize a certain group of people, because we know what happens to someone's career when they do that.
Until the Black community is able to take some constructive criticism and accept hard truths, we're not going to progress as a community. And I'm really talking to Black women because Black women are at the forefront of the community. And hard truth coming, Black women, you are raising criminals and you are raising hoes. And our community is in shambles because of what you're raising, because of the decisions that you are making and the men that you're choosing to have these children with, okay?
But nobody has more black fatigue.
Now, let me make this clear. We got our problems. We definitely got our problems. And it's true to a degree that, you know, our women are choosing the wrong men. And the Bible even talks about how mistress women would be bringing up monsters. But guess what? That's not all of our women. That's not, listen, the 2/3 of our people, you got to let them go. Nothing you say, nothing that woman says is going to change that. Let me repeat what I just said. I want this to really sink in. Nothing that woman said is going to change a woman who already has her mind set to do what she's going to do. 2/3 of our people are going to do what they're going to do. As Black people, we should be focusing on the 1/3 who want to be free. That's the issue I have. It's already ran through the mud. We all know that we have disparagements. We already know that captivity has torn our households apart. But why keep focusing on those people? Let's go.
Perhaps than good old Pastor James Manning. Remember him? He used to go viral during the Obama administration, railing against the, quote, long-legged Mac Daddy, as he used to call him. I can't play any of this clip because YouTube would consider it to be hate speech, but I did post it on my Locals page, and you can read the caption that I put. It is to get a little idea about his take on the situation. But since we are in the midst of a culture war, which largely is an information war, there is a battle of definitions. And just like some...
Yeah, and I want to address that. Daniel Matthews says we were already evil before captivity. Yeah, you're right about that. We We fell short because we didn't honor the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we were placed in captivity in the first place. But you have people, 2/3 of our people, who are not going to turn from their ways. Our focal point should be raising up out of this obscurity and doing what we need to do. Hey, that's a good point, real 80s. If they so fatigued of us, pay us reparations and then so we can move on. But they're not going to do that. You know why? Because we built the country and we continue to be the backbone of this nation.
Some of the black people on TikTok don't understand the definition and have it completely backwards. So, of course, does Google. If you just Google black fatigue, meaning the AI overview, will say that it refers to the extreme exhaustion experienced by black individuals due to the cumulative stress of systemic racism and intergenerational trauma. I asked ChatGPT, what is black fatigue? And it repeats the same cultural Marxist definition. It's a term that refers to the physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion experienced by black people due to repeated exposure to racism, discrimination, and systemic equality, blah, 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 blah. And
so that's blah, blah, blah. So our plight, what we went through in the transatlantic slave trade, what this woman right here wrote. I mean, just the disrespect of this man, bro. Just the disrespect. So what she wrote, what they stole from her literature, from her book, he calls it blah, 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 blah. And white people are just tired of you black folks. The mental exhaustion that they're going through, seeing us as a spectacle, is worse than slavery. It's worse than Jim Crow. It's worse than what we went through. That's what he's saying. With them just seeing us is that exhausting. Wow. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, that's crazy, y'all. Yeah, the truth is blah, blah. The truth is something that goes in one ear and out the other. The history of our people goes out of their, it's blah, blah, don't want to hear it. Yeah. We're going to redefine black fatigue of us being tired of black people. And black folks are okay with that. No Brothers is defending this woman. I'm going to defend her. I'm rocking with Mary Frances Winters and her book that she worked diligently to put out. I'm copping her book. I know there's some good jewels in there. I read a little bit of her foreword, and I'm very interested in it. I know it's going to be a deep historical breakdown of what we've been through. I told you they was going to try to rewrite history, y'all, and that's what they're doing with this black fatigue thing. They're trying to rewrite history. It's exactly what it is.
I said, isn't it actually people tired of the bad behavior of troublesome black people in America, though? And it responds, no, that's a misunderstanding and a misrepresentation.
It is.
What black fatigue means. Black fatigue is not about people being tired of black people. It's about black people being tired of racism.
Yo, they got it right.
Sadly, even Grok, Elon Musk's ChatGPT, that's supposed to not be woke.
See, they want to oh man, this is crazy. So they considering that woke. The real definition, Mark Dice is saying that's woke. No. This woman made this book and it got its own definition. But he's calling it woke. Yeah, so now he mad at the AI for not siding with their white supremacist agenda. And y'all still wondering if it's a race war. Nation shall rise against nation is already here.
Is woke, it parrots the same definition as Google's AI overview and ChatGPT. People are so tired of it that not only are they making memes to bring awareness and some levity to the situation, but they're also making some very interesting AI-generated songs. Like,
see, they like this stuff. This is racist. This is no different than the magazines that used to come out in you know, Jim Crow times, racist black exploitation comics. They love this stuff.
Like this one from the YouTube channel Hard Archive. It's called I Feel Like Saying Something.
They want to say the N-word so bad. They just want to say it so bad.
My nigga Breed knew the time.
I mean, they are just chopping at the bit. Like, ooh, I just want to say it. Can we just get online and just talk about news without getting put off the internet? That's the only thing we waiting for y'all to do. Make it so we can say it.
Today.
And see, they're making songs about it. That's crazy.
Maybe it's time that she.
Hold on. We gotta play this. This is tight. Yo, this is 2025, bro. Trump's some bro. Man, listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. No bullshit. It's like, hey, somebody said, Nini said, I went to sleep and woke up in 1955. I'm telling you. Look, I'm going to tell y'all this right now, bro. Hey, all you brothers and sisters, man, y'all might as well take y'all family out. Go get y'all some nice food or something somewhere before they start segregation again, bro, because it's coming, bro. It's coming. Go to your favorite restaurants before that joint say whites only, bro. Because when Trump say make America great again, I am really convinced now that it means make it white again. Get us out of mind and out of sight. Y'all better go to the Cheesecake Factory now. Don't take your ass to Cracker Barrel because it's too late. It's too late. They got black fatigue. But look, that should convince us to want our own. That should convince us to want our own restaurants, our own banks, our own gas stations, all that. So I know I'm being facetious, but for real, y'all, when I see rhetoric like this, and Mark Dice is playing this because he likes this stuff. This is the stuff he watch. I feel like saying,
my nigga Breed knew the time.
I feel like, and they talking about with the hard ER. They feel like saying it.
And since the thought police and
Wow. Y'all see this?
even the cowardly conservatives think that people should be canceled if they dare utter the word in any context.
And that's what it is. This is what they're doing to us. But I know you tethers, you raccoons, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about the black image. Y'all care about a check. Y'all care about being accepted. Y'all care about getting a pat on the back from other nations. Meanwhile, look at what they really think about you. Look at what their videos just get progressively worse. This gets progressively worse. It's unacceptable. He should be taken off YouTube, but no. He's still there.
Ever throughout their entire life. Maybe it's time that CNN be canceled for producing this segment now 11 years ago. covering the history. Where did the N-word come from? Where they certainly don't bleep it. I'm not going to play it because I'll have to bleep it out. Otherwise, YouTube will take my video down because we all know about the double standards. But
wow. That's because black people are not screaming that hard ER. That's not what we say. We use it for a term of endearment. We're not being held to y'all's English language. We can take a hurtful term and do whatever the hell we want to do with it. And y'all mad because y'all can't say it because, you know, it has a history behind it.
You can go watch this video for yourself and, well, have a good time. Locals in Rochester, Minnesota, where Shallow Hendrix used a little word to describe the behavior of a little thief, are so upset still that they want her arrested.
This word has been used to hurt Black people since the beginning of time.
Black people's feelings. Oh, no.
So, I mean, it's 2025. We should stop that. It makes no sense.
You should stop your black fragility. We don't care.
Hate has no home here. These are the words that many in the community are chanting outside of Rochester City Hall, demanding justice.
We are looking for the woman in question to be charged.
You need to charge Shiloh. A viral video of...
Yeah, we know. Charge her with what? Exercising the First Amendment. Obviously, it isn't allowed on YouTube either, but it is on Locals, which is a private-only subscription blog, which you can join for $5 a month by clicking the link in the description below. It's a great way to sponsor my channel, sponsor my work.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the more we discuss our personal plight, the more they hate us. Because they're just forced to watch it. So there you have it. Black fatigue. A lot of people was asking me what I thought about this. Hey, man, I did a very thorough breakdown. It is what it is, brothers and sisters, man. These people have lost their damn minds. That's the scenario. These people have lost their entire minds. And now that Trump is in office, people want to let their races show. Now, it is what it is, brothers and sisters. Thank y'all for catching another broadcast. I got more material coming. Turn the post notification bell on. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.